What is the process for Italian dual citizenship by descent for minor children? One of the common questions that we receive almost every week from many clients is, okay, I have my minor children and I want to apply for citizenship by descent, for giving my minor children an opportunity in the future so they can come in Italy, can come in Europe, and they can study, they can work, they open a business, they can do everything they want. So it's an opportunity I'm giving to my children. So what about the process for them? Today we want to reply to all those questions and also sharing with you some interesting advice on how to proceed into this application process, because there is not one unique solution. It really depends on you and your needs. This is Marco Bersani as always from the Bersani Laboratories from Italy, and do not lose any more time. Let's start. Generally speaking, the Italian law says that where there is a minor, so a minor who is the child of an Italian citizen, the minor automatically gets Italian citizenship too. Of course, if we are talking about a minor, so of course the minor, technically speaking and legally speaking, a minor is not able to file an application, his or she is not an adult yet, so the minor will automatically receive Italian citizenship by the parent who is applying for citizenship by descent. Many times a lot of people say, okay, so if my minor children will automatically get Italian citizenship by descent, why they have to be part of the process? So why do we have, for example, to spend more money because I also need the birth certificate of my children for the process, so more time to collect more documents, so more money to collect more documents. So, does it make sense? Is it worth? So why they cannot just wait? For better understanding, so better responding to this question, we need to explain a little bit how it works for the process for citizenship by descent. Because you need to think that as long as you have your Italian dual citizenship recognized, so you are recognized an Italian dual citizenship by descent, well, the process is not over in that moment. After that, so assuming that you receive an approval from the consulate or an approval from the court, because you are applying to the court because you have a 1948 case or lack of appointment case, well, in this case, yes, you are formally recognized, but after the moment, you are not automatically entitled to have your passport in hands. There is some bureaucracy. There are some administrative steps to be taken. And we will of course assist you on that, for registering your birth certificates, for registering your citizenship actually. So, there is some bureaucracy, and this bureaucracy takes time, takes a lot of time. A lot of time, we can say on average, for sure, at least from a couple of months to 6 months, depending if you're applying to a consulate or to the court. The process may be faster or slower depending on the situation. But let's say on average, we have to wait few months. Okay, so let's assume 6 months. You understand that here it really depends on your needs, because if you want to, if you have no rush into the application, so your children are minors like 1-2 years ago, for example, of course you have no rush to wait for a couple of years to finalize the process, or 2 or 3 years for finalizing the process. So in this scenario, it makes sense for you to just apply for yourself as main applicant, a unique applicant. Then after that, you can go to the consulate and make all the registration also for your children. So technically speaking, in this situation, your children are not part of the process. But if your needs are different, it makes sense to include your minor children into the process. Why? Because you can speed up the process for them too. If they are able to be part of the same application, for example, let's assume that we file a 1948 case, or we file a case to the court because of the lack of appointment with the Italian consulate, we can include in the same application, the same petition, you and your children. So the authorities, so the judge or the consulate will declare you as an Italian citizen by descent in that moment, and at the same time, into the same decision, there are also the names of your minor children. So you can save a lot of months if you include your children into the same application process. As a final conclusion, what is really important is to understand your needs, because if you have no rush, your children are 1, 2 years old, just an example, so you don't plan to come in Italy, you will remain in your country. I mean, there is no rush. It makes sense for you, and then later to register your children. But if you want, for other reason, there is rush into the application, you want to move in Italy with your family, or for, generally speaking, you just want your children to be dual citizen as soon as possible, well, in this case, it makes sense to include everybody in the same petition. Of course, if you have some questions, something you want to ask, if you want to book a consultation call with us, you can, of course, contact us through the website. You can go on the contact us form. You can send to us your question, your doubts, what you want to share, your family tree, if you want that we can make a free eligibility check of your case. That's absolutely not a problem. Of course, as always, we cannot provide consultation here on social media, I mean on the comments below, but you can leave. And I hope you will leave comments below here at under the YouTube video if you want to share your thoughts, your doubts, some, I mean, simple question, general question you want to share. We are always happy to provide a question for you. Thank you so much for your time, and see you on the next videos.